Yeah, I know. I can't get it to start. I've just switched browsers in the hope
Right,
that
okay.
will work.
Okay, no worries, we're not in any rush. So, I'll introduce everybody and we'll do our sound check at the same time and I'll show your characters on screen while I do that. So, first of all, everybody, this is Eleonora. She is the party NPC. She is an elf cleric of Barrack Thram. She is the reason the guys have to get to Silverhall. She's a witness in a court date. So, now I'll sound test the players as we show off their characters. So, first up I've got and the Bakar. So, Trevor, let's do a sound check.
Hello, I'm playing Andrew McCarr. He's here to help Eleonora get to the court.
Okay. Now we have Darrow, played by Peter.
Hello, Darrow. He's the cleric of the proper aspect of Barrack Thram.
Love it.
And not the stabby-pabby elf one.
Okay. And now we have Sninkinuck, played by David.
Sninkinuck is, of course, a deep gnome stalker who was rescued by the party and is working with them out of gratitude and is just glad to get back down below ground again.
And last but not least, we have Kiara, played by Tammy.
Who just ended up on it and is here for the mad adventure.
Yay. Okay, so that is the players introduced and sound checked. Apparently we're so far so good. Thanks Twitch chat, appreciate that. So, right at the end of the last session, you've entered the sewers looking for Wererats, you believe, and Darrow, Sninkinuck and Kiara all failed saves against Nausea. So you're all at Nausea level 1, right? Remember that, because I'm just going to do it as Nausea level, because I've got a stacking kind of system for it that I made myself. I like making up rules, so I made one for your Nausea. Anyway, so yeah, the three of you all failed your Constitution saves against Nausea. So all your saves, any saves and attacks right now are at -1. For the three of you.
Yes, I'm just checking push to talk, which I just remembered to put on.
Nice.
Okay.
So you find yourself in the sewers. It stinks to high hell. The shit is piled up on the walls. You can see that the water barely flows at all. The water's almost stagnant. It's disgusting. The smell fills your face as it fills your nose and your mouth, and you feel it in your throat, the wretched smell. And even those of you who made the save, you're on the verge of being completely nauseous. It's horrible. It's worse than
You don't see the appeal of the underground, you know.
It's worse than Kiara's disease that she had in her face, probably.
I'm trying to.
This is a bit more like a drow city than a gnome city.
This city that these sewers belong to was another city years ago, and the ruined city is destroyed. And these sewers are from the old city, so it's very broken and destroyed. Where it was like a seismic shift, like an earthquake, where the island actually moved. So this city is like crushed, and there's only a small section of it works.
I'm trying to spot us on the map.
I will shift ping you.
Way down the bottom corner. It's it took me ages to find us.
It's a big old map. You can only you can still only see the bits revealed that you saw from the map when you were at the Rat Catcher's office, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right, yes. So, Darrow, let us confirm. I cast that spell that did I as a test earlier in the day.
I'm sure it's got a long...
No aid for Anti-Vermin Barrier. Here it is.
Anti-Vermin Barrier, that's the name of it.
Last week.
It lasts quite a long time, I think.
Cube.
50-foot cube. And I'll draw one of them round you just now. How long does it last?
It lasts for 5 hours.
Alright, bear with me a second. I'll see if I can make a 50-foot cube around you. Okay, so...
25
shape, square, radius. So is it? Did you say 50-foot radius or 50-foot across?
Cube. So it's 50 foot across, so 25 foot out from me.
Is that right? No, right, so I need to... Okay, hang on. I can fix that.
You need to reduce it.
So, you make that 25 there. Here we go. You now have a 20, and that should move with you. There we go. Nice, eh? Moves with you.
Yeah, okay, and I shall now click back to the top option on the menu, otherwise I'll be wondering why my character's not coming up.
So that's
When
Anti-Vermin Barrier, and it lasts, what did you say, 10 hours?
5.
5 hours, nice. It's good, like. So anything smaller than 1 HD that's vermin, so rats, centipedes, anything that's 1 HD or less. Is it 1 HD or less than 1 HD? We need to be specific. I think it's less than, isn't it?
Less than.
Yeah, okay.
Anything that the fighters get multiple attacks against.
That's a first edition rule. We don't have that.
Oh, right, okay.
It's a first edition fighter rule. Fighters get multiple attacks through specialisation in weapons and stuff in second edition. So guys, you find yourself in the sewer. Everybody's good with Roll20 and ready to do whatever they want to do, and
Yeah,
Which
it's
way
all
do you-
looking good.
Which way do you think we should go, boss?
Can you see any tracks?
I can go to the to where we came down and cast around and look for tracks.
okay, so make a tracking proficiency roll.
Well, I've only got a 50% chance of this.
Success. So you find lots and lots of rat tracks, from normal size to giant rats, like big rats, and you find human footprints, like the ones you found before, barefoot,
Mm-hmm.
and something else.
What else?
Something else, I told you. You're not sure it's something you've seen before. It's halfway between the two, the human foot and the rat foot. I kind of
Giant rat type things.
just looks like a halfway point between the human one and the rat one, kind of,
Ah.
or the human one and the giant rat one.
Or it could be Wererats, clawed type feet or something. Anyway, are they heading in a particular direction?
All directions, back and forth. Lots and lots of them all over the place. Busy, loads of tracks.
Well, Darrow, I can find loads of tracks, but I don't think they're going to be that much help. There's too many of them, and they're going all over the place.
I would say it's not so obvious about the 4 different types of tracks to everybody else, but I'd say that everybody can even see foot traffic in the dirt and in the slime. Like, it's that obvious that it's busy.
Well, that means we don't have to go far to find something to deal with.
Exterminate.
By the looks of it.
Yes. Well, we could wait for them to come to us, I suppose, but probably better go and try and deal with them a few at a time rather than when they all come for us together. Yes?
Yeah, can we use our sense direction or whatever to work out the way that we think might be towards the rat exterminator's place?
That's over here somewhere.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. I would have to skip between maps for a second. Bear with me then. Bear with
I
me a
think
moment.
it was east.
Because
the rat catcher is east of here.
Yeah, because this is the location on the way to the sheriff's place that the rats that we think they came down after killing the landlady. And the sheriff's place and the rat exterminator are to the east of that.
Correct.
So I would suggest we
We go east.
Go. Why go east?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a trap, we might as well walk into it.
Are you looking for a route up into the rat exterminator's place to prove that he's one of them?
If we had a fireball, I suppose we could open the manhole cover and... No, but perhaps not.
One way to have a look.
I think
we could magic missile it.
Sninkinuck smells the methane and says, I think a fireball down here would be a very bad idea. All right, in that case, if you want to follow along behind, he moves up to the east and has a look down the passageway ahead of him.
Okay. You can see that. I've revealed that on the map, right?
Yes.
That was already revealed because that was on your map.
Yep. So
if you try to remain... do you want to remain close enough to be in the protection of the anti-vermin barrier?
Well, it doesn't seem much point in casting it otherwise, does it?
Yes, so you won't be scouting as far ahead as usual.
Oh, no.
Oh, right, Sninkinuck, stop there. Because you didn't say you were detecting traps since you came down
No,
here.
I didn't.
So, you need to make some saves. First of all, I want a dex save. Dexterity save. Basically, four little crossbow bolts come shooting out of nowhere and come shooting straight at you, and I want you to make dexterity saves against all four of them. The first one is just against your dexterity.
Okay. Dexterity is 16.
I think something's up with my map in Roll20. I don't think that I see the same thing you guys see.
No?
Can you make sure you've got me on a different level, Brian?
You should be here. Okay, the next one I want you to make it -2, David.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be on the same place as us, Tyler.
I can't select anything either.
No, failed on the next one.
You failed it, right, so make another one at -4.
Yep.
And another one at -6.
Gee, God.
It's 4 crossbow bolts.
Failed
Right, so 2 of them hit you, so you need to make poison saves, ×2.
I think we may need a cleric.
Nope. On the first one. And...
Oh, I need to bring this up. So you made 1 save, right? Okay. So take 5 points of damage from these little crossbow bolts. And one of them seems to hit you with some sort of contact poison, and you feel inside your arm where it's wounded you, you can feel the flesh kind of sizzling and burning with a kind of infected feeling, and it's hot and it's all swollen and it's nasty. And that's another 4 points of damage from that.
You okay, laddie?
No.
People are going out, dropping out of the vermin barrier.
So I think Tammy's refreshing Roll20 because I see her profile pic's changed, so she'll be just a moment. So yeah. David, Sninkinuck, 4 little crossbow bolts come firing at you from somewhere as you trigger a footplate. You've stood on a footplate. It's quite obvious. You feel it move as you stood on it. You forgot to be checking for traps. There we go. You've stood on this little footplate. You felt the thing go down, and somewhere from the walls around you or the ceiling, you don't know, 4 little crossbow bolts have went, and 2 of them have hit you, and one of them's got poison on it, and it's awful sore. It's awful sore.
Well, it ain't ordinary rats that leave that.
No. What worries me is it doesn't matter whether I'd be walking along here naked, they'd still hit me. Right. Well, my chance of finding traps isn't great.
Hold on. I was going to. I'd gone up to you with the intention of doing a cure.
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
I believe the clerics can detect traps, can they not?
Yeah. How badly injured do you look?
Clerics detecting traps? We mean by walking into
9
them?
points.
9 points. Okay. I'll do a verse level cure. And we'll see if it seems to. We'll see what it seems to cure.
The damage from the bolts is physical, but then the poison is like a physical poison damage, like a corroding of the skin and infecting kind of the skin, so you can see the damage has been done already.
Yeah, so neutralise poison won't affect it.
No, it's cure light wound, you need to not neutralise poison.
Get confused whether it's the first or second thing that's the spell. So we'll experiment and see whether I'm rolling an initiative for the spell or the spell effect.
Okay. Profile pic, Tammy. If you're in.
I'm not in.
Ah, right, okay. You still having trouble with it?
Yeah, I'm on like 20 rolls of refresh again.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Ugh. Oh well. Not be the end of the world.
Yeah,
You've always got Twitch to look at anyway. We can move you around.
yeah, it's been playing. It was playing up for me, but it seems to be okay for the moment.
Well, touch wood, it's been okay for me today. So Darrow, you're casting a cure light wounds on Sninkinuck for 3 hit points. There you go, Sninkinuck.
3 hit points, thank you. Every little helps.
Darrow says a prayer to Barak Ram and the healing energy flows through you for 3 hit points. Back. Sninkinuck!
There you are, laddie. Are you all right for now, or do you want another one?
I'll make do with what I've got for the time being. But I've an idea that there's going to be an awful lot of these hitting me.
Pretty sure you've got a portable wine rack full of healing potions anyway, don't you?
No?
No? I know Kiara's got a lot of healing potions.
Yeah, I've got healing potions.
Like quite a lot,
Do you
eh?
need healing potions? Like 12, I think.
Yeah. I was sure you had loads, eh?
Yeah. I stocked up. Does somebody need them?
If this keeps up, I'll definitely need one. Anyway.
I was just wondering what the situation was. I know you've got a lot, like...
Do you want me to cast a Find Trap spell? But that means
How long will it last?
That's right, you've got Find Traps as a spell, eh?
Half an hour.
We're going to be down here for an awful lot longer than half an hour.
It's only level 1, isn't it?
Half an hour might get us past the first the entrance. They wouldn't need traps the whole way through if the ones at the entrance were good enough.
Level 2.
It's level 2. So you can do a few of them a day still.
What level's your anti-vermin barrier?
It's a level 1 spell, I think.
Level 1.
I've used 2 level 2 spells on Speak with Animals.
That was brilliant last week.
But we would have to reorder the party if she was doing the Find Traps.
I was so glad that the bear got to speak last week. That was amazing. I really enjoyed that.
That was a personal highlight for sure.
Yes.
And the bear now knows he's a hero. The bear was asking Darrow questions. Remember, he's like, "We heroes, eh?"
Okay, are you going to cast Find Traps, or do I start searching, Darrow?
Let's cast it and see how far we get.
Alright, so this is
Okay.
30 minutes, yeah? What's the radius on it?
Hold on, I'll bring the character up and then you can see the spell description.
Cool. I'll bring the thing up on screen here as well.
And Sninkinuck won't need to walk as slowly if he's not detecting traps, so that will help us as far as time goes?
It looks like 30 yards range. 10 foot wide strip, 30 yards wide. Sorry, 30 yards long, so 90 foot.
All right, so in that case, I won't do the cast. Well, I will cast it, but what I mean is I won't bring it up on screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless you want it.
Well, 90 foot is basically straight ahead, so as far as we can see most of the way.
Isn't
So in that case,
90 feet you're in for vision anyway?
I
No, you've
think
got
it's
120. Yeah.
Yep.
20.
Yep.
Yeah,
So basically, I will be at the front end edge of the kind of clear vermin and wait for. So Darrow, can you see any traps up ahead?
So Darrow casts detect traps for the next half an hour, and is it automatically it picks up everything if you're looking at it?
Guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just deathly
No,
silent.
I was waiting for
Oh,
an answer.
sorry.
Do any of you
Sorry,
guys
my
know?
apologies.
So it's just as long as he's looking in that direction.
Correct.
He'll
All
see
traps concealed normally or magically of magical or mechanical nature become apparent to him.
Nice.
If
Okay.
there's any device or magical ward that meets 3 criteria, it can inflict a sudden or unexpected result. The spellcaster would view the results as undesirable or harmful, and the harmful or undesirable result was specifically intended as such by the creator.
Okay. So you see another footplate, Darrow, just like the one he stepped on before, and in fact, it's just in front of him, just there. He's almost just stood on it. He's almost just stood on another one.
Good spot, laddie.
Fair enough. I'll step back.
And Darrow, you can see now, like here, 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 and on the other side, well, see, another one, and then 4 along the other side, holes in the wall, about little crossbow bolt sized ones.
Well, we'll leave a marker or something for if we come back this way.
You notice that the stone that you pushed down the first one, Sninkinuck, it didn't pop back up. It doesn't pop back up if you step off it. Once it's down, it's down.
Yeah. Fair enough. In that case, has somebody got a heavy bag that I can borrow? And I will toss it ahead onto that stone.
It's only just literally in front of you.
Yep, well, I'm going to step back about 10 feet and then...
Are the holes to the side, so the fire's across?
Yeah, you notice, right? So they're like 1, 2, continuing along, 4 of them, and you notice they're coming down at a 45-degree angle. You notice the hole goes into the wall at an up 45-degree angle. So their crossbow bolts are like shooting down from each side.
Yeah, so
There's a crossfire effect on it.
Something ahead to do the pressure plate and set it off without a risk of it reaching one of us because we're not in the direction of fire.
No, you notice
okay.
Point 45 degrees down into the corridor.
Okay, so if I pull out my spear and kind of reach out and push down on that stone up ahead, can I trigger it?
4 crossbow bolts come shooting out just in front of you and cross over each other and fire into the floor.
Okay.
And the stone stays down.
Good. I pick the 4 bolts up.
You notice that they have poisoned tips.
Thing on the tip?
Yeah.
Yep. Wonder what would happen if I stuck these into something.
There's one way to find out.
There's one way to find out, yes. Okay, but can you see any more up ahead, Darrow? No? Righty-ho. In that case, I shall venture forward to the edge of the...
Okay, you see, like where you came in, you see one of the main sewer canals. With the murky, almost not flowing water. It stinks as shit again. Like, you see turds floating in the water, you see garbage, filth, dead rats. They can't run away. The ones that are dead, they're floating down. And all the while, when you step through here, dozens and dozens of normal-sized rats are running away from you, scattering. You know, because of this anti-vermin barrier. So dozens and dozens and dozens of rats running away from you as you move through here.
Okay.
Splashing in the water, climbing over, running over top of each other to get away.
Okay, I shall move up to the edges. Well, I shall look both ways before stepping out into this area, and then wait for Darrow to catch up so that he can look left and right rather than just straight ahead.
Yes, that's what I was going to say I would do.
Okay. So you having a look, Darrow?
Yes. So look left and right for traps.
You see no more traps from where you can see just now. You see no more traps from that fine trap spell.
Okay, and there's nothing visible either side on the walkway.
No. You see more of the same, like dirty tracks. You can even see the other side from here. That it's, I mean, obviously Sninkinuck, you would have to go closely to inspect to see if there's different types of tracks in it. But you can see that this is traffic tracks, like people moving around here. You can see it in the mud where it's trampled down and it's slippery and the mud and the filth and the shit.
If you look up, do you see any entrances?
Are there any gratings or steps leading up to gratings?
Yeah, this is one. This is an exit.
Because as far as I can remember, there was a second exit on the way to the sheriff's place. The first exit that we came down was the one that we think the murderers went down. This was a second one that was pointed out to us. And the third one up to the north of us up there. So
Does it look...
but this one won't come up into the rat catcher's place. This comes up closer to the sheriff's place.
It'd be much further east to go into there, wouldn't it?
Okay.
Does it look as if stuff has fallen down to the south to block the passage?
Yeah, I mean, the grate is like down here. It's all clogged up with big piles of filth and shit. Yeah. In fact, to a point where you would have to duck to get under the grate because it's so piled up with rubbish. To get under it, to open it, you probably have to be ducked down, squashed down on top of a big pile of filth.
So we can't go any further south. There's nothing up on the ceiling. No carrion crawlers or slime or anything like that could drop on us.
Nothing more than like. So you would get like an algae effect here, wouldn't you, on the ceilings of a sewer, wouldn't you? You would have like a greenish kind of slime on the roof as well. Nothing more than that.
Green slime.
Not like a dripping slimy, but like an algae, kind of. You know what I mean? You would have that in the sewer, I guess, because it's brickwork, so it would stick to it, and yeah, that's what you'd see in the ceiling. But no nasty monsters drop off it or anything.
Right.
Yet.
Thank you for those kind words. Yet.
Oh no, I'm just winding you up, don't worry.
So, in that case, I will cross over the bridge to the other side.
Sorry, Peter's trying to say something there, I missed that.
Yeah, I was just wanting to clarify, looking at the map, there's a walkway north-south on the other side of the bridge, but not on our side. Am I understanding that map correctly?
Yes, you are. This is a wall here. So this walkway ends here, but on the other side there's a full walkway. Yes, correctly. Now, I don't need to reveal anything here because this is all revealed already. You see this, don't you? All this.
To the north, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, indeed. Looks like this might...
Another look north for the direction in which Sninkinuck will be leading us.
Yeah, okay, so you're pointing your detect trap spell to the north, up this main sewer passage here. You don't see any more traps up this direction.
Okay, I shall venture north. Now, there's another access here. I will keep an eye out for anything coming out of there.
Yeah, let me reveal some map.
I'm keeping to the inside of the path, not close to the edge where something could grab me from the sewer.
Suppose you'll see right in. You'll see that. So you see a circular room with a big pile of stagnant water in the middle. It really is stagnant at this point.
Yes, but no obvious way to get in there because there's no walkway. I mean, there's some sort of timber across there.
Mm-hmm. It looks like there are some stakes, some wooden stakes planted in the sewer floor here. And like you said, there is no walkway there. You'd be walking in the sewage, in the mud, and in the crap if you wanted to enter.
Or trying to walk across the top of the stakes, which doesn't strike me as a good idea.
Do we think the stakes might have been put there deliberately to block the flow?
Could be, or possibly to block something from that's in the sewer from coming down that branch.
Certainly,
maybe.
A lot of stuff caught up on them. A lot of sewer crap caught up on them. Like it's almost like it is like a dam almost, and there is just little bits trickling through.
I mean, it's possible they could have been deliberately damming up the sewers to try to create the problems.
Possibly. Well, there's a flight of steps here, Darrow. Do you want to come and just check for traps on these? Just up to the right there.
Now, up here, you see something. So I'm going to stop you there for a second. Let me just grab this. Just grabbing a couple of wee tokens here, guys. Excuse me. So you see a bunch of rats. Bunch of big rats. Again, lots of normal sized rats running away from you, but here you see a big bunch of huge rats as well, and you see a body. So up the stairs in this room, there's some giant rats, and you see a body lying in the corner. Looks smaller than human size, wearing armour, leather armour.
Could be your rat catcher from Rockholm.
Let us go and look.
Well, if there's rats up there, would it be worth trying to missile them first? See if we can. Do you want to take up defensive positions?
Well,
They've
all heard you and seen you now. Sorry, these rats
Yep.
see you. When you look up at these rats, they're all looking at you, and they all kind of make towards a kind of scurry towards you. None of these are affected by that spell that Darrow's cast. None of these rats are affected by that, and they all come charging toward you. So you'll need you to roll initiative actually. Sweet. Reorder, and we are ready to go, gang. Who's first?
Sninkinuck.
What's he doing?
He is basically rushing forward to here and taking up a defensive position to clear the space for people to come down and join the melee. So he's waiting for a rat to come up to him, and then he'll try and deal with it.
Alright. So, the big giant rat, he climbs down to here and he vomits all over you, Sninkinuck. Make a dexterity save.
Dumpty 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 dum. Yes, no problem.
Remember your -1 for saving your nausea.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
But I don't have a dexterity of 5.
So he misses you with a vomit. This rat does a big vomit attack all over you. Something like you might have seen before. But he's missed. So
I thought we might have. Yes.
Next I've got Sninkinuck. That'll be your second attack. So you don't do anything.
Okay.
Are you doing anything here?
Yes. I have 2. I'm using my 2 swords.
You have your 2 swords, so are you making the second attack?
Yes, indeed. Let's just find it. Hang on.
Saying that, if you hold your action, you get both attacks at the end of the round.
Yes, but I had to move forward to clear the way, didn't I?
Oh, you've moved. Yeah, you're not holding your action. That's right. So yeah, you can have your second attack.
So I'll have my second attack.
Yeah.
It would, of course, it would help if I was on Sninkinuck rather than Charlemagne's sheet. That's better.
Charlemagne the hero,
Definitely. So let's subtract 1 from this. So that's -1. And thrust. Ooh, nice one.
Ooh, nice. That is a hit. Very much a hit.
Jolly good.
So you thrust this +4 rapier into... Ooh, right, okay, give me some damage.
Doing a massive
Oh, I've not got the thing up.
10 points of damage to this
Ooh, nice.
vomitous rat.
Nice. So yeah, you do 10 points of damage into this massive vomiting giant rat. Let me just knock his hit points off my token. You guys don't.
Go on, Darrow.
You guys don't
I've
see that.
distracted it.
I write down their things in bubbles, but you don't see them, do you? Just me.
Nope.
Cool.
Nope.
Sweet. So you manage to get this rapier. It just slides right in on a sweet spot. Maybe under it's like it's whatever its rat equivalent of an armpit is, and it goes way deep in, and it stinks of stinking rat guts as you pull it out. But yeah, you've done a lot of damage on that rat. Hurt him real bad. Kiara, you're throwing darts, right? But you can't see him from there. So, hold an action or move in or...
I can't see my thing, so I'll just hold.
Ah, well, no, we can explain it to you. You're not looking at Twitch.
No, it pisses me off. Like, I actually get really, really annoyed
Right.
about it.
No
so I'll
worries.
just
Okay, so
hold
you've got...
and hold and find it in.
I guess you would have seen the spew coming out of it, right? You don't see it. The angle you're at, you don't see it, but you know it's there, and you know it's attacked Sninkinuck, and you've seen this big giant rat before that was vomit attacking. You would have to move forward to get within the 10 feet range to attack it, but you could if you wanted to. So it's up to yourself.
No, I'll just hold.
Just hold, right? Okay. Right, so these giant rats that are big, these are like 3 feet long, these giant rats come out running towards you guys, and the first one is going to run down the stairs, and he is attacking Darrow. Darrow, are you actually facing that way? You're not, are you? He's not getting a sneak attack on you, is he?
No, I'm facing forward. I can't
Yeah.
see clearly.
Got it. I've got it. It's all good. So this rat's going to attack Darrow. This is a huge, big, 3, almost 4 foot long rat. In fact, unlike giant rats you've seen before, it seems to have like almost boar tusks as well, and you seem to see that it's almost got like spines on its back as well, kind of like little bits of bone sticking out, like little spikes on its back almost.
I knew it. It's Drow. They've been breeding these things.
That's not going to hit Darrow with an armor class 9. That goes nowhere near Darrow. So I'm just going to repeat the same process for a bunch of rats. So another one come attack Darrow. And miss. The other one comes running down the stairs, attacks Darrow. Oh, that's a critical hit, Darrow. So it bites into you for 2 damage. I'm just going to quickly roll something here. Okay. 4th one. It's going to run down to the side here and attack you. Oh, I'm shrinking the token, excuse me. Darrow's getting the brunt of all of these. That's not a hit, is it?
No.
I don't think Darrow's AC4, no.
And that one runs over. Goes towards Sninkinuck.
Oh, joy.
No joy. Shouldn't have hit you. Should be alright. You got
What do
low.
you mean it's not going to
You
hit
got
me?
low armor class. There you go. 6 missed.
Only just.
Right, that's it for the rats. Darrow.
I'm going to hit the one to my right, and if I'm able to do a 5-foot step into that gap to provide even more space to people to follow up, I would. Assuming I hit it. If I don't, there'll be no gap to step into.
Okay. So, and my car.
Right. I don't know if I can get through. Can I
Having
can
my
I get past?
sorry.
Sorry?
I'm having my attack.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said you were holding your attack.
Oh, yes.
No,
Oh,
I'm going
I misheard you. Sorry, Trevor. Yeah, go ahead and make your attack, Peter. Sorry. I misheard you, mate. Oh, and good luck.
And should I have modified anything? Is my two-hit affected?
-1 on your attacks from that Nausea, yeah. But it's armor
So
class
that-
6, so you hit it.
So I'm
No, you missed, sorry.
No.
Yeah,
8.
you missed,
So
yeah.
I-
Yeah, you missed. They're armor class 6, you missed it. Alright, sorry about that. And the car now.
Can I manage to squeeze past Kiara and Charlemagne to help Darrow?
Now, you might be able to run along here. So this bit, see you've got the yellowy bit, that's like a footpath. Then you've got this brown bit before the green bit. So the green bit's a sludgy, watery, slimy. This is like a down slope. An angle. And you could run along that, but you're going to make some sort of dex check to get along that, because it's very slippy.
Yeah. I'll give it a try.
Would its tumbling provide a bonus?
Tumbling is for like actually jumping over. So if you wanted to describe to me how he's going to use that, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Well, I've got good dex. I'll just kind of dexterously as possible run along here, using my superior balance.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
18. Have I got 18 dex?
Now is that a fail?
I don't know. Let's see. 18 is exactly what I've got for dex. So
you just
I don't
made
know
it.
whether-
You don't have the penalty for nausea, right? You're not nauseous.
No.
So you've just made that. Very nice. So you managed to not fall over. You almost go like you lose your feet under you, and then you manage to catch them again just before you go down and get a mouthful. So yeah, you stay on your feet and you manage to get past. Yes, 100%. Nicely done.
Oh, I bet my boots are ruined though.
Oh yeah, they're pretty dirty. Like.
Yeah. Oh well. Right. I will attack one of these ones that's attacking Darrow.
Good luck.
Let's have a go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. Let's do some damage.
Is that the closest one? Is it?
It's the one right in front of me there.
Cool.
And of course it's not larger than man size.
No, they're not. So they're still considered small creatures because they're like 3 to 4 feet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's not a bad hit.
No,
That's a pretty good hit.
yeah, you've sent that one to Oblivion, actually. So that's one splatted rat. Your sword cuts it almost clean in half. A little bit of rat slides off down into the water on one side of you. Kiara, throw in because you held your action. That would have been your second. So Charlemagne now. What's Charlemagne doing?
Can he see them?
Yeah, he can see them. And because he's got 4 feet, if he wants to get round like Andy McCard does, he doesn't need to make a dexterity save.
Okay.
He's got 4
He would
feet.
probably go in there. He would go in and attack the one that was attacking Darrow.
So he's gonna come round. He's gonna splash
If
through
he-
the water.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna come round.
And if
yeah.
not, he would just get whichever one was closest to him. But I think he would go for the one that was getting Darrow.
Alright, okay. Are you able to roll or somebody else rolling?
I can't get him at all.
Okay, somebody roll attacks for the bear.
Okay,
we
I'll
just do
roll
all
attack.
we just do all 3 of them together for the bear.
Okay, 1 second while I just pull up his sheet. So he'll try bashing it with his paw first.
Well, he's attempting to grab it as well. Remember, if he rolls an 18 or more, it's a grab. So that's a hit.
So he bashes it for 6 points of damage.
Very nice.
Splat.
Very nice.
Oh yes.
And then he splats it again.
Well, hang on a
with his other
second,
paw.
because that one only had 6 hit points. It is splatted dead.
Can he reach past it or not?
It can move in between attacks. I allow a small bit of movement in between multiple attacks.
Okay. In that case, he'll splat another one in front of Darrow.
This is a bite because he went Oh, no, that was the first one. Sorry, no.
That was the first paw.
Yeah, that was the first paw, so this is the second paw,
if
yeah,
you
sorry.
If he uses his second... Well, does he use his paw to move? Because you've got to move forward. So it makes sense his second paw is actually moving forward, because he's on 4
He's got
feet.
4 of them, it's fine. He can move on 2 legs when he's
enough.
attacking. Yeah.
In that case...
He's got a standing up stance as well, remember. That's a hit.
Class 4. Splats the second one for a further...
Rat splatting. 5 damage. That doesn't kill this one. Doesn't quite kill that one. And now he gets a bite attack, eh?
And the bite attack comes in.
That's a hit. Exactly a hit.
Further
for
another 6 damage.
So, Charlemagne... Ow. Charlemagne bites into this bear and... bites into the giant rat and almost bites it clean in half and seems to spit it out in disgust almost afterwards because it's so disgusting, this abomination of a giant mutant rat, whatever it is. But that's another one killed.
Tastes horrible.
Tastes absolutely awful, yeah. And even Charlemagne the Goblin Muncher is not happy about this, the taste of this rat in his mouth. Eleonora. What's Eleonora doing, gang?
I will
Don't
remind
think there's room for her to get in.
Dexterity, but she's probably holding.
Okay.
Can't you reach past Darrow to get at one of those rats?
She would have to go round the back of Adamankar. Well, Adamankar's not engaged in combat anymore because the one in front of him was dead. She could squeeze past Adamakar and the bear, I guess. She couldn't squeeze past Darrow because he's engaged in hand-to-hand combat. But yeah, I'd say she can. Nah, it's too crowded. She would need to run along the wee slopey bit like Adamakar did.
Not a good idea.
Her dexterity.
I don't think it's terrible, her dexterity, you know.
Is 16.
Yeah, she's got no penalty.
And she
either,
doesn't
'cause
have
she
the
did
penalty.
save.
Yeah, she's got a good chance, eh?
But does being in metal armor inhibit it?
No. So yeah, she can run round with a dex save.
Let's see her.
Nice.
Oh,
Critical success. She does a wee spinning pirouette as she goes round the back of Adamakar. Just so that Adamakar is not the best. She's like, "Fuck you, Mr. Tumbling, Mr. Blade Dancer. Check me out." And does a wee pirouette behind them. Spinny.
The simplest thing for her to do is to go for the one on Sninkinuck.
Yeah, well, that's where she ends up when she comes up, so that's the easiest thing to do. And she's behind it, so it's a +2 on the attack. Nice roll. Was that you, Peter? Was that? Nice.
Yes.
Wee pirouette as she goes round.
yeah, we elves are very agile.
And that was nicely done. Yours was more fluky. You were almost away and you just kind of caught your balance. Eleanor's
Yeah,
was
we
beautiful.
won't mention that.
Darrow, that's another miss, I'm afraid, mate. Okay.
Yeah, because from behind is not +3, is it?
No, it's +2.
It's +2, so if it's AC 6, she misses by 1.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Now, it's held actions, and who held first? Kiara, I believe. Yeah, Kiara.
Did. Oh,
Now,
fuck me, sorry.
because a lot of the guys have moved, you could potentially get in behind Adamakar, and then you would only be... Then you'd be 20 feet away from it, so you would be in the medium range. You would get a -2 penalty on your attacks if you're throwing darts. So you can get into the... Yeah, you can get into the medium one.
Just do that then.
Yeah? Alright.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Shall I roll for you?
Please.
Okay. Good luck. So that's 20 feet just. So it's a -2 on that attack. Plus the -1 from me and Nauseous.
Yeah, I've got nausea.
Right, so it's -2 and it's -1.
-3 total, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully I've got it selected. So dot.
Good luck, Kiara.
-3. Here we go.
Miss. You've got 2 more though.
I'll roll this as well then. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a hit. Let me check the giant rat's armor class actually. No, that's not a hit. Did you include the penalties in that?
Yeah.
It's not a hit though. Armor class 3 on this
Right,
big
I'll-
monstrous thing.
I'll give it
One last go.
one more go. Oh, yes.
That'll do it.
Do we get penalties on damage or just
No,
or
it's
not?
saves and attacks.
Righto.
1 damage. Nice job, Kiara. Okay, so we're going to round 2. Do we need to have anybody changing their initiative before we start round 2?
And another attack for Darrow, please.
Yeah, 2 attacks this round with a great axe, nice. And it's 5 more, isn't it? So you'll be on 15.
Yes.
Where are we in terms of time scale and days? Like, do I have a new set of spells?
What have you used most recently?
I can't remember because I don't remember.
I don't think you've used any spells today, I don't think. So whatever you normally have memorised, you have. And I believe your set is something like 1 enlarge, 2 magic missiles, and...
2 magic missiles and a large, a web, and a scare.
There you go. So that's what you've got, because you've not used anything today.
Okay. I'll change to magic missile.
Alright. Trevor, will you roll initiative for Kiara for magic missile, please?
Righto.
Bless you. Anybody else changing their initiative? I know Darrow's not because he's asked for a second attack this round. Bear never changes his initiative because all he does is just kill shit.
Well, that's a good roll for initiative.
Oh, very nice. Have you got weapon speed 1? What are you? Oh no, that's the magic missile, isn't it?
Yep.
Nice roll. Right, so we can delete the other 2 Kiaras. That was a nice roll. You see that roll he's made for you, Tammy?
No.
Oh, you're right at the top of the round. Faster than Sninkinuck's 5. You got 3. Right at the top of the round. How many you've got 3 bolts in your magic missile now, eh? 3 pew pew pews.
Yeah.
Oh man. Right, so I think that's it for anybody that's changed initiative. So it is you first, Tammy. So who is she casting the magic missile at? I would say that she can see one of the 2. No, because you can see. Sorry, she can see this big rat in front of Eleonora. You can see the massive rat. You probably can see one of these ones. So
you guys are just gonna have to. Players, like whoever's closest, you are just gonna have to fire it because I can't see anything. I can't go onto anything.
Right. Okay. So you've got 2 big, huge, giant rats, or you've got a massive, big, huge, giant monster rat that did their spew attack on Sninkinuck.
I would guess the lot into the big one.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So you're gonna rip off 3 magic missile bolts at the one guy.
Yeah, do it.
Righto, I'll roll then, shall I?
Yeah.
See if...
So it's 3d4 plus 3 damage. It's an automatic hit, magic missile. Kiara utters some words and goes, and these little bolts of magical energy shoot out from her hands. 1, 2, 3, doing 10 damage. Boom! To the big old giant monster rat. Nice, Kiara. So Sninkinuck, it's your turn.
Is that big old giant rat still there?
Oh yeah. He's still breathing.
Well, I'll try and stop him breathing then.
Nice plan.
1 second while I add -1.
-1 from
Subtract
Nausea.
+1. AC 7. No, that's going to be a miss.
That is a miss. So he's going to attack you now. This time not with a spew attack. This time with 2 claws and a bite.
Yuck.
Does that hit you?
Yes, I'm only armor class 4.
Was that the claw I did, right? So another claw.
Yeah.
Ooh, nasty.
And a bite. So I've got to roll damage for 2 claws, eh?
Mm-hmm.
You got lucky there though. He does 3 damage with his 2 claws.
Right. So that's the 3 damage that Darrow healed gone.
Alright, so Sninkinuck, second attack.
Okay, I'll clobber him with my longsword.
Good luck.
I hope. Nope.
No. Alright, so
Nope.
it's these little rat guys now. The first one is attacking Sninkinuck. That's a hit,
Yes,
right?
that's a hit. Yeah.
So you take 5 damage.
Oh.
Okay, now this one's going to move up and attack Darrow. So this little giant rat snaps up at you, Darrow, then misses. And the other one, again, it's going to attack you, Darrow. Oh, how does that do against you? Doesn't get you. Mister, I've got a -1. Nice, Darrow, nice. So it bites into your armour. And you can almost feel, your armour denting in the way as the teeth almost pierce through it at a weak spot, but just not quite. You feel like your armour's been bent in a little bit and pinched you in the shape of rat teeth, but it didn't quite pierce the armour, so you don't take any damage. And it's your turn. Barrow. Remember, push to talk, Peter.
Starting with the one in the corner.
Starting with this one. Nice, that's a hit. No damage for that. The old holy axe, eh? Old faithful. 7 damage is enough to kill that rat outright. So it's completely splattered again. Another one is bites the dust. Darrow's axe completely, as much crushes it as slices it in half. The amount of weight on this giant axe, even though it's a big rat, he still almost crushes it, caves its ribs in as he slices through it. Give me a second. Right, okay, so, and a macaw.
Well, I think I can see one right here, just in front of Charlemagne.
Correct.
That I can stick a sword in,
Yep.
or at least attempt to. So I'll try and do that.
Yeah, that'll
Yes.
hit it. Sword. Oh, nice. We're getting a lot of one-hitter
See how it
critters
likes-
tonight. That's another one-hitter
Yeah,
critter.
see if he likes that.
Oh, he doesn't like that. That one sends him back to Mama Rat in the sky, like. Okay, so there's one left in front of Sninkinuck, and there's the big giant bad boy. Charlemagne's turn.
Yeah, Charlemagne can get up those stairs now.
I'm
Hopefully.
back in roll 20.
Nice. Change your profile picture if you get a chance. So Darrow's going to go for him, is he? Darrow. Charlemagne. I'm confusing Darrow and Charlemagne. They're such good friends now.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, Trevor, or whoever was doing the attacks for Charlemagne, do you want to just do them again this round while Tammy gets sorted in Roll20? Or you've got the profile picture changed already. Are you ready? Do you want to roll for the bear?
Done it. I've changed my picture and everything.
Nice. Are you ready to roll for the bear then?
Yeah,
Nice.
he doesn't have any minuses, does he?
No. He's got a stronger stomach than you. He eats goblins. Yeah, he eats goblins.
Is that it?
Any bonuses from behind?
It's not behind. That's side on. That's behind for this rat. That's the front face of this token. Those are the sides of this token. So he's not got a +2 from behind, unfortunately. Nice try. No, that.
Nah, he's not hit.
No, but you got another paw and a bite to try. No, that's a miss. So try the bite. Down, dropping shit on the floor here. No,
Terrible.
no. Welcome back to Roll20. You've got shit awful luck.
I know, it can suck my dick.
You Roll20 are no the best of friends at the best of times, eh?
I'm having a drink. Like, it's actually pissed me off that much. Yeah, I'm pouring a drink.
Reach for the bottle.
I'm fucking reach.
Right, okay. So it's Eleonora next after that not so great round by Charlemagne. What's Eleonora want to do?
I'm trying. That little rat's still there.
There is still.
Can she reach the big one?
I mean it's up on it's up a bunch of stairs. I should have gave it a +1 on its last attack on Sninkinuck, but never mind. Yeah, she can attack it. She can reach it. The stairs are like 3-4 feet up. Eleanor's 5 feet high and she's got a sword, so yeah, she can attack it.
So in that case, I think that's the bigger priority than the Nitterdon.
Good luck. Okay, you're rolling it, Peter, yeah? Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice. I roll damage for that. Eleonora makes connection with the sword, absolutely. Oh, and it's an absolute beauty. You see a ribcage pop out when that sword leaves that exit wound. Oh. The big giant king rat is in very bad looking shape. Ooh, Darrow, your second attack.
There, you're in the way.
Yeah, you're not going to get... It's a 5 feet movement I allow between attacks anyway, so it's minimum, so you would need to be squeezing past me. You're not going to get the movement and an attack there. I'm afraid.
Right.
I'm afraid. So that brings us to the end of the round. Round 3. Kiara, you've got initiative for Magic Missile. Are you sticking with that or are you changing?
I'm sticking with it.
Ooh, nice. Remember to knock these off your sheet as you use them. You've used 3 darts and you've used 1 Magic Missile. Right, okay.
Would I be... I'll remember to pick my darts up at the end, though.
Okay.
Because I didn't get any good hits on those guys. I missed 2 and then 1 was shit.
1 was a 1 damage, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So is anybody changing initiative this round?
No, not me.
If not, it's you to go ahead, Tammy, with Kiara.
So if you're casting another magic missile,
Yeah, right.
If it-
So what?
if it's looking that injured, then possibly you're best saving that for a Wererat.
This guy.
The big guy's looking very, very much injured now, yeah.
Yes.
Quite apparently
He's-
mortally wounded.
Right. So you're saying what? I shouldn't use it on him, or I should?
I'd say keep it because you need magic to or things like that to kill Wererats. So if you meet a Wererat, then hit that with your magic missile. I mean, you've done a lot of damage to it.
I've already got magic missile. I've got it ready.
I don't have
I'm
to
just
use it though. You
waiting.
can hold your action. Or,
I know I could.
but because
I'm not gonna.
it's the top of the round though.
I'm gonna fire magic missile at this rat.
Nice. You're gonna fire them all into the same one again.
Well, it depends what damage the first one does.
But they all go at the same time.
No, I've done it before where I can choose that they can fire off in different directions.
Yeah, but they all fire off at the same time. So you can't like wait for one to see if it kills that rat and then say, right, I'm going to use my other ones on that rat. When you fire them, even if you designate different targets, they go at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
So you need to choose which ones go against which rat.
Yeah.
And then they all go off.
So yeah,
I think there's two rats left. There's the big white, big spewy rat, and there's just a small giant rat.
So yeah, you can split your magic missiles, but you can't like wait and see how much damage one does before you decide where the other ones go. They just go. You decide where they go when they go. So you've got 3 magic missiles when you cast it, and there's the big rat and the small rat left.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But you're putting all 3 into the big rat.
Yeah.
Cool, that's fine. Right, roll 3d4 plus 3.
Plus 3.
Yeah, 3d4 plus 3.
What's that from?
Because each bolt does 1d4 plus 1 damage.
Where's my plus 3 though?
Just
I'm asking what is plus 3.
If you click on the die roller on the top left, at the bottom you've got.
No. I'm asking why is it plus 3?
Because each bolt does 1d4 plus 1 damage.
Where's the plus 1 came from though?
That's just what it does. Each bolt of magic missile does 1d4 plus 1. That's what the spell description says. So if you're doing 3, it's 3d4 plus 3. 7 damage. That was an unlucky roll, but it was enough though. So 3 bolts of sizzling magic energy burn and smoke and smoulder and fizz and make horrible sounds as the fur and the skin of this big giant mutant rat burns and the life just drains from his eyes and he drops to the floor dead. Thanks to Kiara's spell. Who's closest to him? Because I'm having fun with the Nausea. So we've got Eleonora and Sninkinuck are closest to him. So Eleonora and Sninkinuck make the Nausea save, so Constitution saves. When this thing's skin starts smouldering and burning up, it makes this whole new smell. And mixed with all the garbage and all the fumes and all the shit that's already down here, this new spell causes the 2 of you that are closest, that's Eleonora and Sninkinuck, to have to make another save.
Okay.
So Eleonora's failed. So Eleonora is now on 1 Nausea. And Sninkinuck, you succeeded. Yeah?
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Yep.
so you're still on 1 Nausea. Alright.
I thought you said that if you saved, it could reduce the degree of nausea.
Oh yeah, did you save?
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
you made a save, so your nausea goes back to 0. Sorry, it goes back up to 0. So you no longer have the minus ones. Yeah, sorry Peter, thanks. You remembered my rule better than I did.
Yeah, that smell of the rat, the familiar smell of rat, helped clear his nose of that horrible sewer smell.
Yeah, so but now you've got the rat smell, the horrible sewer smell, and the burnt dead rat smell all together. Now, before we discuss the body in the corner...
Can I try something?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to reach into my pack and pull out a small packet of spicy curry type powder and try smearing a bit under my nose to try and take the smell away.
Try and overwhelm your...
And overwhelm my nostrils, yes.
Okay.
Is there one rat still left?
Yeah, there is still 1 rat left.
True. Sorry, my apologies. I'll have to do that after I finish combat. My
Yeah,
apologies.
Yeah. There's still 1
I
rat
didn't
left.
I didn't notice it under the Sninkinuck label.
It is your turn though.
Oh, good. Well, in that case, I'll try and get rid of it.
Nice. You've got 1
Okay.
left.
Eat cold steel, rat.
Oh, yes.
as he criticals it.
Roll 1d4. Triple damage.
Oh, rat skewer.
Rat explosion, maybe.
Rat on a skewer.
When it's a +4 rapier and it's a one hit by rat, I don't think it's alive.
Yeah, that's it. That's a rat kebab, that is.
27 damage. David, I'll let you describe how that goes down.
I kind of slash at it and then find it stuck on the end of the rapier, and I keep picking it up and smashing it on the floor to try and get the rapier out. And by the end of it, there's not much left of it.
Oh, that's grisly. Now, on that note, we're going to take a quick 2 to 5 minute break because I need to run to the bathroom anyway, and we're about halfway through the 3 hours, so.
Okay.
You alright with that, guys? Take a quick 2 minute break?
Yeah, right.
Nice one. Right, I'll catch you back here in a minute.
Okay. Right, well, having dealt with this rat, I will try my little attempt to kind of overpower my nostrils with curried spice type smells.
Okay, I'm going to say that I really like your ingenuity and you're thinking on it, but no, it's not enough. It's unsuccessful. Unsuccessful. You're not rolling for it. It's just it isn't enough, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's fine.
Meanwhile, Darrow is much more concerned by. You said there was a body.
Yes, there is a body. You can see a body in this far corner here.
Are there any traps in there?
Darrow's looking in that direction. No, he doesn't see any traps.
Some rat hunter he is if he's only got this far in before he's died.
Wait, Darrow.
Sorry, Darrow. Aye, sorry, Darrow.
Be fair, Kiara, he only came down here to try and kill normal rats, not the sorts of rats that we've just dealt with.
Well, I haven't yet heard the description of the body.
The body is. Now, you're right next to it, so the body is a dwarf. Darrow, quite clearly a male dwarf. He's wearing leather armour. He doesn't seem to be carrying any weapons. Are you closely inspecting the body, or are you just looking at it just now? He's a dwarf with a beard. He's wearing a leather helmet, leather armour. He's got like leather padded boots on. Like he's a lot more armoured than you. A lot more lightly armoured than you. He doesn't seem to have his weapons on him.
Which is interesting. Any indication of how he died?
Yeah.
Big slash.
It actually looks like almost like weapon wounds. Like you see big cuts in his armour with a big like wound underneath it, and yeah, almost like weapon wounds, Mewedition weapon wounds.
Does he have any scabbards or weapon loops where weapons might have been?
Yes.
So he did come down here armed, but whatever killed him took his weapons.
Now, depending on how closely Darrow inspects the body, you may find other things.
Yeah, well, he is inspecting.
You recognise somewhere on his armour, like whether it be on just like a little button or a strap or something, you'll recognise it as the Rockholm. That's the city where you're from. Vermin Catcher's Guild's emblem, their sigil, their logo, whatever you want to call it. You recognise it.
I've forgotten his name.
Auric Orenson.
Oh, Auric. They did for you these Wererats.
And he's left it. He's in a pile of garbage, like filth and mess and garbage and old rat nests and rat fur and droppings and.
Should we just take him out, Darrow? Like, we know what's down the rest of this way, but I feel like it's important we get him out of here because this is just.
We get his body to the police.
Yeah.
To the guards.
Well, not. We need to be careful though.
Why?
Because we don't know who's a Wererat and who's not.
The bear.
Remember that you do.
On the guard.
I know, but we still have to be careful. Like we have to let him check again when we go back.
Not every member of
Like-
the Kingsguard was there when he did it, yeah.
Yeah, we have to let him check.
The ones that were there at the time, they checked out.
But we get. It's only half an hour or whatever since we were last talking to the.
Yeah,
to
the
sheriff.
guard shift isn't going to have changed, is it?
No.
And we're right next to a grate.
When there, you're going to see the same guys.
Yeah. So we take him out, and if it's not too much work to clear the nearby grate, we'll go out that way.
This one. You are able to clear it out and get. It's just another grate like the one before, but this one's got a much bigger pile of garbage underneath it. You're actually just, even the dwarf, you're a little bit in the maybe Sninkinuck can stand under it and just pop it off, but anyone else is kind of cramped under it in the big. Unless you want to clear out a pile of sludge from underneath you.
Yes, I'll climb up and I'll
Which
try and
looks
pop
simplest.
the grate off.
So
What looks simplest? Is it easier to walk back to where we came from?
well, Sninkinuck can have a go and see if he can lift it.
Well, is there any actual exit from here? As far as I can see, the only way round is to kind of walk along this slippery embankment to get round there,
Or walk in the actual sludge.
or walk in the actual sludge itself, and I've no idea how deep that is.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could probably tell by looking at it, and best where it is more clear, it's not deep.
Yeah, well, I'm not very tall.
Like I said, not much runs here. It's more mud. It's more mud and shit and slime than it is water. But yeah, this is an exit back into the street.
Okay, well, if I climb up and try and shift the grate...
What's your strength?
My strength is 15.
Ah, you can lift it.
Okay,
So it takes you back out into the street.
okay. In that case, I lift it. I lift the grate up, climb up into the street,
I'll change your map.
drop a piece of rope down, so that they can attach Orin's body to it.
So you find yourself here, right outside the Kingsguard.
Okay, and is there a guard standing at the entrance?
Yes. Same one that was there
Fine.
before.
In that case, I'll call him over and ask him if he can help me pull this body up. Please?
A guard comes up and he's like this, holding his nose. What have you got there? Because he saw you come out of the sewer. What is that? Oh my god. Yes, I'm coming. And even though he's already got a mask around his face because of the disease that's going around the town, you see him, he's holding his hand over his face as he approaches. And he'll come and he'll give you a hand with this stinking body, reluctantly.
Okay.
Where are you taking it?
Well, we think this is Orin, the dwarven rat catcher who disappeared, and by the look of the weapons on there, we think he was killed down in the sewers.
Okay.
So, I think it's something your sheriff might want to investigate.
Yeah. The sheriff's out just now. I think he's at home. We'll send one of the men out to get him. Thank you so much for bringing him here first.
It's
Okay.
it's Wererats, mate. You've got a terrible, terrible Wererat problem. It's not a rat issue you've got. It's a.
You mean lycanthropes? People rats?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my. And you saw them yourself?
We just killed some.
No, those were rats.
What's the difference?
We've killed some giant rats.
We've got some. Yeah. Oh my god, are you joking? That wasn't even them yet.
That wasn't them yet. That's why I suggested holding the magic missile. No,
Well,
we've killed
no,
some giant rats, but if you look at this body, it was killed with weapons.
Well, we're not going any further down, so it doesn't matter that I used both my magic missiles.
Yes, we are. We've got a murderer to catch.
You guys might. I'm adamant about this time, guys.
You're not going back down.
Fuck that. No.
Okay.
People rats. I thought those big things were the people rats.
Oh no. More to go.
Nope.
Get some of those.
Okay.
Get some of those dead rat corpses out. We're going to go to the mayor and say, look what we've been clearing some of these.
All right, go and get one of those corpses and attach it to the rope, and we'll pull that up as well.
Can we just send somebody in with the bear?
Darrow and the bear best buddies going back down for a rat body, are they?
Strongest people.
Well, yeah, we'll get the rat bodies, particularly the king rat.
Yeah, I think the king rat's the one we particularly want, isn't it?
Right, Darrow, when you go back down into the sewers, I'm going to need you to make that constitution save again, because you've been back out with the fresh air now and cleared out your nostrils. Now when you go back down into it, I'll have to make you make that nausea save again. Go! Right, call that. That's a critical failure, so call that -2 on any attacks and saves that happen while you're down there.
That's a critical save.
No,
because you're rolling against con, I think.
You're rolling under con.
Was it not against poison?
No, it's a roll against con. Sorry, it's constitution save.
All right.
Unfortunately, that's a critical failure. But you're just nipping in and back out again anyway, yeah?
Yeah, we'll get the body of the king rat and straight up.
Yep, okay, so you and the bear can manage to pull that out between you, no problem. You've got the strength. You're feeling very sick from doing it, but yeah, you can get it out. And you're bringing that back up straight out this same sewer exit to the Kingsguard, or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
Well, it's the nearest exit.
Okay. You see one of the guys riding off towards, I guess, where the sheriff lives, like he's going to go get the sheriff. One of the guys that's working today at the Kingsguard will go off to get the sheriff. So you're just waiting around till the sheriff comes?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah,
I'll close the grating again.
Yeah, what I'm wondering is where, if we take Charlemagne with us, will he be able to hit a Wererat?
Don't know.
Because, because I know some big creatures, I believe certain big creatures can hit lycanthropes, but I'm not sure whether a bear would.
Neither do I.
Why can you not hit Right, hold up, guys.
Like for lycanthropes, the legend is silver weapons to hit them. But it's also in D&D rules, he's metagaming a wee bit, I'll punish him later for the metagaming. To hit them, to do damage, it's silver or +1 weapons or better.
Okay.
-10 points role-playing bonus for Trevor this week.
I'm 100 and something years old. I'm sure I must have heard something about these things.
Oh,
nice. Yes.
Yeah, you've studied lycanthropes. I'll let you away with this one, right? Okay, this time. I'm too nice. Right, yeah, okay.
You boys are too clever.
Yeah, that's the problem. But he is playing a wizard, so...
Yep. Critters with a certain hit dice are counted as equivalent to +1, but we don't know whether Charlemagne is tough enough to count or not.
You know that he's smarter than the average bear, and you know that he's a hero in his own eyes, but you don't know if he qualifies as a magic weapon.
Maybe his belief in himself makes him magic.
Maybe. Maybe all that time around magic users and priests and stuff, maybe it's rubbing off on him. Maybe you never know.
Yeah. He's maybe the chosen one. He's maybe the chosen one in his species.
Pretty sure that bear's been in the party longer than Andy McCarr.
And of course, Kiara, if you cast enlarge on him, then that is magical. You might count the magical weapon then.
That is an that's an interesting think around the rules. Like, does the magical increase in size then make him a magical weapon? So that's an interesting one.
We're using him as a weapon when we do that too, so...
We won't know until we try.
Really cool. You know what I'm like, I'll let it go. Oh yeah, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that in that much detail. I only know, I've read some histories and some bestiaries, but I'm not an expert.
Well,
Darrow? What are my darts made out of?
Pardon?
What are my darts made out of?
Metal, like iron. You've got the magic ones though. Do you have any magic ones left?
But no, hold on. Who has iron darts?
Well, because that's what they're like. Don't picture like a dart like for the game darts. They're bigger and heavier than that.
Surely they'd be silver. Surely they'd be silver.
But I'm just asking, don't you have some +1 darts somewhere?
No, I've lost them.
She used them all up. unfortunately.
Lost them.
You got a +1 dagger and the +1 scimitar.
I have got +1 dagger, yeah.
And
Don't talk to me about the other thing. I don't like it.
You don't like it, do you?
Nah, I don't like me either.
You're superstitious with your weapons, eh?
I'm more tempted to put on the cursed ring than I am to use that fucking thing.
The woman told you that it's cursed and never to put on. Have you still got it?
Aye.
That's
I might want to propose to somebody at some point.
With a cursed ring of ugliness.
Yeah.
You're so fucking mean. You are absolutely chaotic neutral.
No, I'd class that as chaotic evil.
We just about, aye. It's getting there anyway.
Mischievous.
Really?
Yeah.
So somebody casting infection on you and bringing you out in all sorts of stuff. That wasn't evil. That was just mischievous.
Remember what she did to that guy when she was infected with it? Remember her threatening him, the guy?
Oh yeah.
Just some piece of work.
It's done something to me, guys. That's what's happened.
Mm. So, Darrow, given that we've found Orin, and we know what it's like down there, would it be worth resting up tonight, trying to find something to protect our nostrils from that nauseous smell?
Spend the night trying to get Kiara to go back down, trying to convince her.
And get your spells back?
A number of things. If it's still plenty of daylight left, we take this rat as proof to the mayor that we've done an excursion clearing rats.
Right.
And we have to go to Eleonora will use her cure disease before we go to bed.
At the local church.
Yeah.
You don't have any spells left at level, Darrow.
Well,
Darrow used his as a cure disease yesterday.
Did anyone get injured by those rats? I did.
Yeah, so
it'd be helpful if somebody checked to see if I've caught anything nasty.
I have some healing potions too. I don't know if they help.
Well, first of all,
I think it's probably one for the cleric.
Not if he's got a disease from a rat bite.
Yeah, but neither of us have. It's a matter of whether you deem we can work anything out as clerics.
You can cast cure disease on somebody. You can't. I don't think you've got detect disease. It's not a spell, is it?
No, quite.
No, so you don't have detect disease. You can blindly cast cure disease on somebody.
We've got left to cure all the damage people have. But let's first of all, we're waiting for the sheriff first.
Okay, sheriff comes back. He's only 10 minutes away to his house and back. He comes back on a horse.
Yeah.
Okay, the sheriff. Do you remember his name here? I've got my Wikipedia open. Sheriff Antony Feign rides back on his horse. Greetings.
Greetings, Sheriff Feign. Has your guard told you the bad news?
Yes, he did. Thanks so much for bringing this back to me. This is the man that was brought here from your home, Darrow, from Rockholm. This is Oric Orenson, as I'm sure you know, Darrow. He was a famed man back where you're from. I'm so glad that we know. I mean, the lads told me that the body is. It looks like it's wounds from weapons. It's murdered.
People rats. You've got people rats.
And yeah, you say we've got a wererat problem.
And connected. Well, we've seen signs which we think must be wererats. Master Andamacar can. Master Sninkinuck can explain the strange tracks he saw, but also the grate, as we said, the grate was locked. that we used to get down and where we think the murderers of
Landlady.
We'll say her name.
Moth and Wild
The
Wonder.
little gnome lady. The little gnome lady.
Yeah, so whoever went down into the sewers having murdered her had a key to the grate.
They have a key.
Yes.
The only other people that's ever had keys to the grates. And you see like a light shine, you know, the wee light bulb above his head. Darrow, you know what that means, don't you?
And as I said, it seems to be Wererats who did the murder, and the bear considered them Wererats. Rats. Not rat. He doesn't know of lycanthropes. And he thought they smelt of rat.
He knows the difference.
The rat catcher. Phil.
So
Yes, who we've already asked the. Have you taken him into custody yet? I ask the guard.
We will be now. He's the only other man that had a key.
Well, you were going to take him into custody because we told you we thought he was a Wererat.
No, he wasn't.
There's not enough evidence. There was this is enough evidence now.
So yeah, as we say, it's obvious who is most interested in a rat catcher failing when they're wanting the cost of rat catching to the price paid for rat catching to increase.
It's obvious now, isn't it? Yeah, 100% it's obvious. We don't even need the mayor. Darrow, gentlemen, ladies, will you come with me? We're going to make an arrest.
But we need to do some curing first.
Okay, I need to arrest a man right now. You won't come with me?
How much?
Yes, you can. You can cure as we walk, Darrow.
Who's on how much?
I'm 14 down.
Okay, so it's just a short walk, so sort that out. Whoever needs cures, and Darrow's going to be casting spells here. Okay, cast your spells, Darrow. We're walking round to the rat catcher's place.
Quick question, everybody, though. If we capture this guy, Sheriff. When you capture this guy as a person, and you take him into custody, what stops him turning into a wererat?
At this point, the sheriff looks at you, Kiara. That is a good question, young lady. So, and he looks at Darrow and he looks at Sninkinuck. He's going to look at all you guys and say, so what do you know about these wererats? I mean, when he turns into a rat, is he a normal sized rat or is he a giant rat? You guys have been down there, you know more than I do. You need to help me here when I arrest this man. How am I going to keep him in a cage?
Have you got a wizard in town?
Oh yeah, I've got a wizard in town.
Well, why not ask him to paralyze him, or have a word with the alchemist and pour some stuff down his throat to
we'll work something
train
out.
him.
We'll work something out.
Or get the local smith to melt some silver down into wire.
Yeah, his handcuffs need to be. Everything has to be silver. What's your handcuffs made out of?
Silver wire, right? Okay. So he's going to turn around to one of his men and say he's going to shout, turn around to one of his men and say, "Send for the blacksmith, please. Send for Sybil."
Probably need a silversmith.
My D10 roll, Dave, was 10, and therefore on the D10 plus 1 spell, you get 11 hit points back.
Thank you very much indeed. That just means I'm 3 down.
And I think now that people are only down token amounts.
Yep.
Okay. So it only takes you 2 minutes to walk around because it is just round the corner to the rat catcher's place. It's just here. So the sheriff didn't bring any of his men. He's coming with you guys. This is Sheriff Antony Feign, and he turns around there. You ready, folks? We're going to arrest this man. Are you going to help me?
Of course.
Yes. Okay. So he swings the door open. Antony Feign, you're under arrest for murder and for holding this town to ransom. You'll come with me now. And so Anton,
Oh dear.
so
Duck past him.
Phil, I forget his last name, the Rat Catcher, the boss of the Rat Catchers Guild, he looks at Anton and he looks at you guys behind and he says, "Ain't nothing to do with me, boss. Ain't nothing to do with me." And he puts his hands up like as if for handcuffs because he's looking around at you guys. Honestly, it ain't nothing to do with me.
I'm slipping around behind him.
Charlemagne can get sniffing in at all of them. They can all line up on the wall, let the bear sniff every single one of them.
So you want to know who's Wererats that works for him?
Yeah.
Okay. Every one of you, and this is the sheriff, every one of you men will line up against the wall right now. Including you, Phil. Get up against that wall, hands against the wall, turn around, all of you. Now at this point, you've got like a dozen young men, like workers, apprentices. Remember, this guy's got smiths, he's got trap makers, he's got guys that make the crossbow bolts and stuff. So he's got quite a lot of guys work for him. So there's like 10 guys in this shop, and there's 6 of you, including the sheriff. So what are you doing while the sheriff is shouting at them all to line up against the wall?
Well, I'm getting ready to cast sleep.
I'm gonna have my dagger out and be pointing it at people that look like they might not be doing what they're told, and making sure that the bear is like very present.
Okay, so you're daggering people
There
into the wall, like
them, but yeah.
yeah. That's why I was asking. I needed to know who's all kind of doing that. Who's helping the sheriff enforce this?
Right, yeah. Usually, I wouldn't be on this guy's side, but
Darrow, what are you doing?
I'm standing ready with my axe in my hands, sort of growling at anyone who doesn't look
Looking
like
intimidating.
anyone.
Nice. Okay, and Sninkinuck, you said you were getting around behind the guy.
Yeah, but I can't now because he's just been told to go up against the wall.
Yes, so you can't. But everybody's behind him because he's been told to face the wall.
Okay.
Sorry, Trevor, what you saying?
I will stand between them and any exit.
Okay.
If there's more than one exit, I'll just have to pick one of them. But I will try and keep between them and the exit, just in case they make a run for it.
I assume Eleonora could cast Hold Person if she felt the need.
Yes, depending on whether they look like people or rats.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but she would know whether it would affect them.
So, and you've got the bear, like, he's sniffing this lineup of men, right?
Yep.
Okay, he smells that all of them are Wererats. All of them. All 10 of these men. All of them. He's all of them, and he's like giving you the nod or whatever. Obviously this bear can't talk to you, but he's giving you non-verbal signals that, yeah, all of them. All of them.
Oh boy.
Pull out a silver piece. Slice part of the edging off, walk up behind the one nearest me, and slice skin with the silver piece.
Slice his skin with the silver?
Yes, I just sharpen one edge of a silver piece, and then I'm just going to try cutting his skin a little bit and see what it does.
So this is the guy that's got hands against the wall. You're just going to go up to his arm, where he's got bare arms because he's like a blacksmith or whatever. You're just going to grab this sharpened little coin and just go...
Excuse me a second, cut. And I'll just kind of nick the skin and see what happens.
He bleeds. It cuts him, and he bleeds.
Not very surprising.
Okay. But does he like bleed and sizzle? Does he bleed and like a little bit? Does he like Is it like just like a cut though? It's quite underwhelming.
No, it's just like a cut. It's not underwhelming because the whole point is that if that coin wasn't silver, it wouldn't have worked.
I know, but I was expecting it to be different.
No, it's not like a sizzling and a burning or anything. It just does wound him. It's a scratch,
And then I will do the same with a copper piece.
Copper piece, a sharpened copper piece, doesn't seem to wound him. It doesn't seem to puncture the skin.
Thumbs up to Charlemagne. He's right. At which point...
you've got yourself a lycanthrope.
Yep.
I've got rather a lot of them by the looks of it.
Yep.
Looks like you've got 10.
Don't worry.
Looks like you've got 10
I think
of them.
maybe I'll switch. I might just switch to preparing a scare spell instead.
Are we
think-
rolling for initiative?
No,
I think we might have to.
No.
This guy at least knows that
No,
this guy at
Bert's,
sorry.
Bert's got cuffs. Not Bert. Why do I keep saying Bert? Remember Sheriff Bert? I can't get over him. Anton has got cuffs and he's put them on Phil. And he's got another pair of cuffs and he throws a pair of cuffs to you, Darrow. Do you catch them?
We must have people on the way too.
You catch them? Okay.
Yes.
He says, Darrow,
Yeah.
you take one and you march him round to the Kingsguard and you send the rest of the men round here, please.
Right, okay. So I'll take...
Throw him in a cell.
the
Darrow,
one.
here. Darrow, here. And he throws you a set of keys. He says, just throw him in a cell, bring my men. Thank you.
Someone needs to stop him escaping.
Ah, he gives you keys. He says, throw him in a cell and bring all the men.
Yeah, he might be able to escape from the cell.
Rat escaping.
Ah, yeah. What we're going to do about that? Right.
No, if he still has his silver cuffs on, plus
He's
somebody
not
was
got
supposed
silver
to be
cuffs
sending
on. He's
for-
just got cuffs on.
Oh, well, somebody needs to find some silver cuffs. Does that? I don't know. Does that make any difference? Or that somebody was sending for a wizard, like he needs to hurry up.
Somebody was sending for the smith.
Oh fuck me! Somebody should have sent for a wizard.
Or if somebody's got a magic weapon, they could hold it at his throat.
Oh, I've got a +1 dagger. I'll take him. Hold on.
You're going to march him round. The sheriff.
No. I would take it.
I'll not. I
What
promise
about
I'll kill him.
Go and get the men.
Darrow's lawful alignment is not going to let you override his command that he's had from the sheriff.
Yeah. I think one of us can go and get the men, and it's best to keep. You would say if someone's locked in the cell, they can escape.
Hang on a second. As far as this building is concerned, is there a room with only one exit?
This building you're in now.
Yes.
It's a shop. You're in a shop in the front, and there's like a workshop. No, sorry, no. It's the opposite way around. The workshop's in the front, and then this guy's office is in the back. So this guy's been pulled. He's came out of his office, and you're now in the workshop that's in the front. Sorry, it's a workshop in the front.
And
Right.
where are there how many exits from the building?
So there's only one exit from the building. The entrance that you came in brings you into a workshop, and then at the back of the workshop there's a door into the office. Sorry.
That we know about though, because
Yeah.
these guys have been here for a little while.
That you know about.
Exactly.
Correct, Tammy, yeah.
Yeah, and there could be a window as well. I mean, he might be able to just dive out of a window.
Tunnels could be tunnels.
There are
'Cause
windows.
He wouldn't be cut by the glass if he dived through a window.
No.
Yeah. I mean, elves may be able to spot strange things in the floor, or they count as shifting.
I can go into the office and look around and see if I can see any
Yeah.
any secret passages and that kind of tricks.
And then Eleonora can do the same, but
So-
we can.
Right, so you're
keep
going into the
most of
office.
Prisoners.
Yeah, Eleonora and Andamakar, I think.
And at this point,
can look round.
is anybody leaving with the prisoner like the sheriff suggested? Because if they're not, by this point, he's starting to look a bit panicky and he's...
No,
Kiara,
it-
Kiara,
I
One of us.
I have a +1 weapon. I can take him.
there's no point in removing the prisoner if we've got nowhere secure to put it.
But the
One of
sheriff,
us can
the
go.
sheriff has told us to.
Yeah, but
One of us
what's
can
happening
go
now is because you guys are vocalising this, the sheriff's starting to panic because you're saying this in front of all these wererats.
Yeah,
and
but this is what I'm saying, and I'm saying I'll take him. Like I'll take him now. And I'm saying to Darrow, like if he says to take him, then he's overwrote himself. Like he's telling you that I have to take him.
You said to Darrow, take him, please. But now he's like, you guys are debating about if you can even keep him captive. He's starting to panic because you're doing this in front of all these men.
Well, we're never going to keep him anything if we don't hurry the fuck up. So
someone
either
go,
decide
someone
now-
go. He's going to say, someone go, take him, get my men, bring the rest of my men round here. We need them now.
Man,
Right.
who's quick?
Well, it's just round the corner, eh?
I bet Sninkinuck is quick.
Come on, I'll go. I'll grab the handcuffs, pull out my rapier, and put it
Yeah,
at
I
the
was
back
just
of his
thinking
back of his
rapier,
neck, and say, "All right, you keep walking. Don't fall over, because if you fall over, I might slip with my rapier."
Right, so this guy hastily runs in front of you, like just at the exact distance you want him in front of you, and it's just like
Yep.
it's seconds to get there because you're literally going.
Okay. As
from
we
there
get into the yard, I
there.
yell, "Sheriff wants you all round at the rat catcher's place now.
Right, so
Before you go, you tell me where the cell is."
right, so somebody says, "Oh, the cells are in there," and he shows you a door behind you.
Yep.
And if you open
Yep.
that door, you'll see there's like 4 little cells in a route, like a little corridor with 4 cells.
Fine.
And
Tell him I'll stay here and keep an eye on him. Right.
Right. So you chuck.
Unlock the cell.
Yep. And the cell
Push
doors.
him in.
The cell doors are all open. They're all empty. So the cell doors are open.
Okay. In that case, I'd push him in, shut the cell door. I'll leave the handcuffs on him. Shut the cell door, lock it,
Right. Okay.
and then stand there on guard.
Okay. Right. All the men leave and head towards the rat catchers. A minute later, 3, 4. Let's say it'll be 6. There'll be 4 of them. 4 of them will arrive at the rat catchers. And at this point, so Sninkinuck, at this point, the smith arrives with you. The smith is Sybil. Her full name is Sybil Gaiola, and she is. Right, I do have a description of her. Short and stocky, and always locals joke she has dwarven blood. There you go. That's your description of this woman. So she's a short, stocky woman, and she's the local smith. She'll arrive at the Kingsguard just after these guys leave. Sninkinuck, she arrives. This is the local smith. I was sent for.
Sheriff wants you. He's round at the rat catchers. Do you know where the rat catchers is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you can pop round and see him at the rat catchers, please.
Okay, and
I'm just guarding this guy.
And just behind her comes another Kingsguard, because he was obviously the Kingsguard that went to get her. So he comes in.
Yep.
Where is everybody?
Yep. Sheriff's what called you all round to the rat catchers.
Right, and he sees that you've got the sheriff's keys in your hand.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
He
Right.
sent me here with this person, and I'm on guard waiting for him to get back with the rest of the prisoners.
He nods up the way with a sense of urgency. Yes, boss. Right away, boss. And he boosts round to the rat catcher as well. So a minute later, guys, the rest of you, 4 Kingsguard arrive at the rat catchers. They will come in. Sheriff Anton. Right, guys, arrest these men, all of them. We need them all arrested. So each one of these men, you'll notice they've got 2 sets of handcuffs. Each one's got 2 sets of handcuffs. So they're going to start. They look at you and they see that you've got like daggers up at these guys' throats and you're working with the sheriff. So these guys all start handing you handcuffs. So there's enough handcuffs to go around everybody now to put on one of these prisoners.
Well, it's a start.
Handcuff slow. I mean, have some people ready with their weapons at any one time, and some people doing the handcuffing.
Yep. Now, so they all get handcuffed up. Some of them might like resist a little bit, where the Kingsguard might give them a little kick in the back of the knee and put them down a little bit, and rough them up a little bit. But they all get handcuffs.
Hurt them, and it doesn't hurt them in the slightest.
Now they all do get handcuffed, and the sheriff says, "Right, guys, please help me. We need to get these guys back to the cells now. Come on, let's go." And he means you as well. It says men. He's ordering you guys around as well, expecting you to follow his orders.
We do that now.
Okay. Everybody, Kiara?
Yeah, I'll go with what he says. I don't mind.
Right,
I don't care if he's ordering me about.
So you've got
You need to secure this place.
Yeah.
so you've got 1 prisoner each.
If you get his keys to secure this place, rather than leave it with the doors open.
Oh, the sheriff's got the keys for this place because he's got Phil. He's got the rat catcher, so he's got the keys and he'll close it on the way out.
Okay.
She marches them back round to the Kingsguard. So the Kingsguard and the sheriff will he'll say, "Men, throw the rest of them in the cells. I'll have a private word with Phil here in my office." So the sheriff disappears into his office with Phil, and the rest of the Kingsguard, they throw the 1 prisoner each that they've got into a cell What do you do with your prisoners?
I think we should probably put them in a small number of cells so we can guard them more easily.
There are only 4 cells. There's one with 1 prisoner in that Sninkinuck already brought round, and there's 3 empty cells.
Well, I don't mind if they get a bit crowded.
Have we all went together though?
I thought Phil. I thought Phil was the prisoner that I'd brought round.
No. You just had a prisoner. The sheriff's got Phil.
Okay. In that case, I shall go into the sheriff's office with Phil and keeping my rapier out just to protect the sheriff.
Alright, so the sheriff's already went into the office with Phil, so you're going to now open the door to the sheriff's office and let yourself in?
Yep.
Okay. The sheriff says, Sninkinuck, I'm just having a bit of an interrogation here with Mr... I forgot his last name. Give me a second. Characters. I've got him here. I can search him. Give me 2 seconds. Phil... Phil Simons, he's called. Me and Mr. Simons are just going to have a little conversation in private, Sninkinuck. I'll be back with you in a few minutes.
Might I suggest that I should keep an eye on him with you, because I don't believe you have any magic weapons?
Oh, I've got something that might do the job. Yeah, I see your dilemma there. Yeah, I've got something. The old interrogation hammer. Now, do you remember the hammer you saw earlier in this office? Was it this office or was it the previous Kingsguard? There was a hammer on the wall.
Yep.
Yeah, it's here, isn't it? There's a big, fancy-looking warhammer on the wall. He's like, yeah, I think I've got something that can handle this. Sninkinuck. Now, my interrogation techniques are a little bit unorthodox, but I mean, you're a man or a gnome that's seen many things, so I'm just warning you. If you've got a weak stomach, you might want to look away. But we're going to get to the truth of what's been happening here, Sninkinuck. So, and he walks along across the wall. Mr. Simons, I understand that you're a Wererat. Is that correct? And Phil's going, no, I'm not a Wererat. I'm a rat catcher. Why are you going to call me a Wererat? How am I a Wererat? And at this point, he's got the hammer down off the wall. He's like, am I really going to have to interrogate you, Mr. Simons? Am I really going to have to use the old interrogation hammer on you there, Mr. Simons? And he's going, no. He's begging. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Okay, please don't. And then the sheriff, he swings the hammer and he brings it down on the guy's kneecap and crushes his kneecap, absolutely obliterates it. And the rat catcher, Phil, he lets out this howl of pain, this that's almost inhuman, and it's almost screech-like, and you can almost hear a rat-like tone in his voice when he screams in pain. And he writhes on the floor and he can't get up. His knees buckled and crushed and destroyed. I did warn you, Sninkinuck, this is going to be a rough one. Now, Mr. Simons, please tell me about you extorting my town. At this point, the rat's he's coming in and out of consciousness, right? Because he's blacking out from so much pain, right? And you see, when you look at him, Sninkinuck, you almost see like a glimmer in his eyes as they kind of fade away and change colour and come back again. And it's almost like you see little bits of his body moving, like he was almost about to shape-shift. And then doesn't. Yep. Mm-hmm. And then just doesn't quite. And he says, do you see that? Do you see that, Sninkinuck? This is the sheriff. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think we've caught ourselves a Wererat, son. Thank you so much. Do you want to leave me and Mr. Simons alone now, Sninkinuck? Have you seen all you need to see here?
Well, if you're satisfied, just be careful he doesn't come out of it.
I need you to do
sneaky things.
I've got one more thing I need you to do for me, Sninkinuck. I need you to tell the smith, she's outside, she'll be outside somewhere. I need you to tell her we need 10 pairs of silver shackles.
Okay. I
will speak to the mayor and the silver will be provided to her today, but we need her to start making preparations. We're going to need 10 pairs of silver shackles. Okay. And we're going to need them today. Whatever help she needs, I want you, Sninkinuck. I want you to help her get that help she needs to make these, whatever it takes. We need them today. We can't do that.
Right.
We don't have the resources to take care of this problem today that you've brought to us here, that you've highlighted. It's not only that you've helped us, we need you now. Please, can you
Okay.
speak to Sybil,
Leave.
whatever she needs.
Okay. Leave the room. Shut the door.
Right, okay, so you come...
Rush out. Hang on. Now, where is Darrow?
So, you guys, what cells did you put them in? There's 4 cells. Picture 2 facing 2. There's a corridor, 2 cells on one side, 2 on the other, and there was one guy. When you arrived, there was one prisoner already in the cells.
I think we should squash them in because if there's only 2 cells to guard, that makes it easier.
The guards presumably have their view on what's the normal way of doing it. How many they cram into a cell.
Yeah, but they're all looking at you.
Yeah, I don't care. Squash them in.
They seem to be looking at you for some sort of leadership here because I think the Wererats is a whole new thing to all of them. So they're looking at you, Darrow, in particular.
How many do you normally put in a cell?
We don't normally have this many people to arrest at once. It doesn't matter, Darrow. Whatever you think. We jam them in together?
I think we should. I think the fewer cells to guard, the better.
Okay, out my way. So this guard he'll grab one of the prisoners by the back. He's still cuffed, right? And he'll put his foot against his back and push him into the cell. Prisoner goes slamming into the wall, and then he's still handcuffed behind his back, so he falls on his face on the dirt in the cell floor. And you guys are just going to do the same. You're going to throw the rest of them in. Well, I don't mean that necessarily.
Maybe not quite as
so violently.
Not quite as roughly,
Yeah. Okay, so you jam 9 guys in one cell. Remember the bosses in the sheriff's office.
We could use 2 cells if they're small cells.
You can fit 9 in one cell. It might be a lot bit cramped, but you can get 9 in a cell.
Well, it's easier to guard that way.
All right. So the 4 guards will stand here and say, "Well, looks like we've got ourselves a long night ahead of us guarding these rats, eh? Wererats, can you believe it?" And the guys they're having a conversation between themselves now. The Kingsguard, and they're turning around occasionally. "You little bastards! You horrible little bastards! You're why our town is diseased. You're why our old people are sick. You're why people are dying from disease." And one of the guards spits into the cell where these men are just kind of cowering on the floor and like trying to find enough space for themselves in this tiny little cell.
I'll certainly stand guard outside the cells if I expect others of us will probably want to do.
Do people choose to be wererats?
Are you asking them?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they may have been turned, I suppose. I believe that. Am I right in thinking that wererats infect other people?
Yes. So
they might not. They might not have been wererats all the time.
Yeah, like vampires. You get bit and turned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop fucking spitting on them then.
And so one of the guards is going to turn into you. "These fuckers, look what they done to our town. Look what rats did to this town, and these are rats, these are people rats. These are less than rats, these are scum, young lady."
They're people rats now, eh? But yeah, it was wererats that did this to them as well. And they could have done it to you, or to your brothers, or to your other officers in here, and it could be somebody spitting on them as well. He's not a wererat right now, don't treat him like he is.
Oh, love it, Tammy, I love it. So he gives you a very pensive look. His eyes kind of widen.
Remember who it was that got them here as well, mate, eh?
I'm sorry, of course. We just guard, we won't spit, we'll say nothing.
You guard them, and if they get out of line, or if they turn or they change, then you do what you need to do. But they're in a cage, mate, and you're out here.
We are here ready to. We have equipment that will damage wererats.
Yeah. Just guard the cells.
Yeah, I think we'll remind the captives that we have weapons that can harm them. But other than that, I wouldn't want to actually harm them if I don't need to.
Okay. Now,
If they turn on me, I will cut a motherfucker. But they're doing nothing just now. Like,
and they're only arrested. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Still awaiting trial or whatever. Okay, so Sninkinuck, you got kind of instructions from the sheriff, didn't you?
Yep. So I will go and pass those instructions on to the smith, but I'd suggest that Darrow help her get what she needs, because Darrow understands metal, I don't.
Do we have any silver that we...
So hang on. Darrow, are you willing to do that?
Well, Darrow's willing to help, but he...
Are you willing to do that, yes or no?
David, you said something which simply isn't true.
What?
You say he understands metal. He hasn't got a black...
You're a dwarf! As far as Sninkinuck is concerned, you're a dwarf. You understand metal. He doesn't.
You don't actually. You don't have any smithing proficiencies or anything, though, do you, Darrow?
I know. As far as Sninkinuck is concerned, he's a dwarf. All dwarves understand metal much better than he does.
Yeah, he's assuming that about you.
Yeah. So I asked Darrow if he wouldn't mind making sure that Smith has everything he needs in terms of silver and so on, and I'll go back and stand guard on the sheriff's office just in case the Wererat makes a run for it.
Okay, so she's here. The weapon and armor smith. She's here, so you're able to talk to her. Anybody that's here can talk to her. And you were instructed you want 10 pairs of silver cuffs.
Yep, and the mayor
Shackles.
will provide all the materials, etc. And if you can help get her anything else she needs to make them, and they have to be done today. All right.
Today.
And then Ryan.
Yeah.
I am then going back quietly to the sheriff's door and standing guard and listening carefully, because I am suspicious, and if I don't hear kind of moaning of pain and I hear kind of quiet conversation, I'll get even more suspicious.
Right, okay, so I'll deal with that first. You definitely do hear the screeching and hollering of pain. He's hitting him. You little bastard! You fat fuck! You destroyed this town! I can't believe you did this for money! For 2,000 gold pieces! You held this town at ransom! You will hang for this! And you hear all of that.
Okay.
And so, who's going to actually say that to the smith, that she needs to get the silver? You said
I passed that on. I told the smith the sheriff wants 10 sets of silver chains, handcuffs, whatever. But it have to be done today. The mayor will give you all the silver that you need for it, and any other help that you need. And I asked Darrow if he could make sure that she gets that help.
Okay, well, I guess I better go to the town hall, see the mayor then. So, unless anybody goes with her, she turns around, this little short stumpy woman, and she marches off towards the...
Darrow's happy to go with her, carrying a large rat.
Oh, you're taking the big rat to the mayor?
Of course, yes.
Right, okay. Okay, so Darrow and... Oh, I just forgot her name again. Sybil, the smith. Darrow and Sybil, the smith. You head off to here, the town hall. You see that on the map? In the nicer part of town, on the nicer side of town.
Yeah.
To see the mayor. And you're dragging the big rat. Now, bear in mind, this thing was like the size of you. How are you moving it? Dragging it or trying to carry it or what?
Have a cart or something I can push it on.
Is he not still next to the bear?
We've got our own cart, haven't we?
You have.
Or a wheelbarrow. Any wheelbarrows?
The bear pulled him out. Can the bear not just drag it?
The bear could drag it. It might make a mess going through the street, like.
The place is a shithole anyway.
This is true.
No offence. No offence.
This is true.
Is there a hand cart or something?
So yeah, I would say that you're around in the yard of the Kingsguard. You're going to find something like that. Yeah, you'll be able to find something. A hand cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even a small horse cart that you could strap to the bear, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bless you, whoever that was. So yeah, you don't have to physically carry that. You can get some sort of cart and get that round to the town hall. So you're going to take the big giant, the big king rat, the spewy rat, and take it round to the mayor.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. So we've got Darrow and Sybil going to the mayor. Sninkinuck, you're listening at the door at Sheriff Anton.
Guarding.
Guarding with your hand cupped to your ear against the door, hearing this guy going, "You'll hang, you scumbag, you fat, disgusting piece of shit," and you hear all the most horrible, vile, common language you've ever heard coming out of the sheriff, and then you hear the occasional whack and scream in pain, and this really nasally, shrill, shrieking sound. Kiara, and the Makar, and
Eleonora,
you are still in the guards, the Kingsguard.
I think we're guarding the prisoners.
You're staying with the guards inside the Kingsguard, guarding the prisoners.
Yeah.
All right.
I think.
Yep.
Okay. So I want to. Right, I want to cut it short tonight then, because we've got so many things going on at once. I want to be able to concentrate on all of them, because we've got Sninkinuck and what's going on. I want to plan out a proper detailed conversation. I want you to hear that, so we'll do that next week. And we've got Darrow and the cleric getting silver from the mayor. I want to have a big roleplay interaction with that. And we've got other things going on here with the guards and the Wererats in the prison. So we've only have 40 minutes of our scheduled thing tonight, but I want to get all that into the same session. So we'll have a shorter one tonight, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Is that alright?
Yep.
Just don't want to get halfway into all of that. I want to put all that in one game. So we'll have a wee shorter one tonight, if you don't mind.
I was only, I'm at least only 10 minutes out from starting to sleep anyway, so...
It gives us more time to hang out afterwards tonight, actually. That'd be nice. So yeah, we'll stop it there tonight, because we've got so much going on in town now with 3 different groups. I want to concentrate on that and put that all in one session. So we'll get back to that next week. We'll cut it a wee bit early tonight, guys, yeah?
Okay.
Sorry that it is a bit shorter tonight. I know we've got a later start time as well. But I'll come back to you guys in Discord in 5 minutes and we'll chat about it anyway. I'll go and sign out to Twitch and everything, right?
Right.
Okay, guys, back with you shortly. Tammy, try and stay awake for the next 5 minutes. Hang out for a wee bit.